Welcome back to Pittsburgh Sports Now. I'm George Michalowski here with another very special guest coming to you from Pitt basketball. Newcomer Zack Austin. Zack, thanks so much for joining me today, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course, man. So I want to talk today about your game, about your skill set, about how everything in your basketball career has evolved. We've heard about you, your recruitment coming into Pitt, how that all played out, but I really want to, pinpoint where you're going to fit in with this Pitt team. So I read your profile on the High Point site, and it said you played 2 years on junior varsity. Was that true in your high school career? You were on JV?
Yeah, I was playing JV for 2 years. The high school I went to was like super dominant in North Carolina. We won states like 5 out of 10 years, like went there like 8 out of 10. So it wasn't like I was a bad basketball player, just the people that was above me was just better.
I got you. And how tall were you as a freshman and a sophomore? And what was your skill set looking like?
I think freshman, sophomore year, I was probably around like 6'3", I want to say, and I was just spot up shoot. Didn't have any bounce or anything. I didn't have my first dunk to like going into 10th grade summer.
Okay. I got you. And who were some of those guys that played, at your high school, Moravian Prep, if I'm not, mistaken? Who were some of those
Mhm.
guys that played above you that kind of taught you the ropes?
So I went to Moravian for prep school. So my
Okay.
high school, like my actual high school I went to was Winston Salem Prep, and one of the dudes was named Damian Williamson. He played for Wake Forest the last couple of years. He was a
Right.
guard. It was another dude named Chaz Gwynn. He ended up going to Johnson State. And then had a point guard going to Johnson State. We had another dude who went to Fayetteville State. And then like a couple years before me, had a couple year dudes go to Georgia Southern. It was a lot of basketball coming out of that school.
I got you, man. So then when going into High Point, you took a redshirt year, your freshman year.
Mhm.
Um, was that hard to swallow? Was that your decision? Did they tell you, this is what's going to be best for you? What was that process like?
It was a lot going on, and then like at the time, like before I even stepped foot on campus, like during COVID, I was playing pickup, and I ended up breaking my wrist and having to have
Okay.
surgery. So by the time I got back, it was like 2 weeks before the season started. So it was just like, I mean, I really didn't mind. It just gave me another year to develop my game and just sit back and watch and just see what I had to do.
Yeah, man. What about your game? I know you had to fight through that injury in that time, but what about your game changed from when you were in that prep year to now you're playing at High Point and really burst onto the scene there?
Uh, I think it just came from what developed my game the most sitting out. It's just probably my jump shot. Uh, Before I wasn't as confident. I wanted to just get to the rack as much as I can. But sitting out that year, just not being able to play games. And then it was COVID, so it wasn't too much to do. I was just in the gym shooting on the gun all the time and just getting them reps in. And then after that, coming back into the my sophomore freshman redshirt season, I just felt like I can really stroke the ball.
Yeah, I got you, man. So, we've heard all about your shooting, seen your dunks on the highlight tapes from High Point and everything. But you've been here in Pittsburgh for a while now this summer. Where are you slotting in this offense? Are you going to be at the three on the wing? What's it looking like for you right now?
For me, it's just wing, a little bit of the floor. Shoot, if we had to, small ball five. I'm just doing whatever Coach K want me to do.
I got you, man. And we've talked about these guards all offseason, the guards that, Pitt's bringing in
Mhm.
with Dior, with Jalen, with Carlton, and with Ish. So I want, go through those guys and what's it like playing with each of them? What do each of those guys bring to the table at the guard position?
I'm gonna start with my young bulls first. Carlton. When it comes to Carlton, he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Even though he's one of them guys, came in highly rated, he still ain't scared or ain't backing down from nobody. So when it comes to him, you got to bring it every day, or he gonna let you know. He gonna let you know for sure. And then with Jalen, he more kind of opposite the way he like play basketball. He's not talking too much, but he doing all the right things. He's shooting the ball, getting everybody involved, just real point guard type play. With Ish, he just a veteran. He gonna slow it down, get to his spots, make sure everybody's doing what they need to do. And then Dior is just doing Dior things. You just some things you see and you be like, how do you see that? How you do that? How you make that? It's just flame things, man.
So had you heard of Dior or any of these guys before you came to Pitt?
Only person I heard of was Dior.
Okay.
I haven't heard of Ish and like the young bulls.
I got you. So Blake is a guy that came in last year to Pitt and kind of exploded onto the scene, turned himself into one of the best players in the ACC after sitting out for an entire year. Have you been sharing the court with him often? And what's it like having a guy like that play the four?
Yeah, it's. I mean, we've been playing together a lot. I love playing
Okay.
with Blake. It's like a kind of like a thunder lightning type thing. You know, I'm going in, I'm trying to slash, he's shooting. It just I feel like we play off each other real well. Just the fact that he can really shoot the ball and I'm really athletic and just like us on the court together, I just feel like it's gonna be good things.
I got you, man. So, as far as leadership goes, this team's got a lot of new faces. Last year, they were really old and so many graduate students.
Mhm.
But this year, who has been, some of the loudest voices, or is it kind of a group effort where everyone's taking leadership?
Coach K wanted everybody to talk, not just one person. I feel like everybody is not scared to say something to the next man, and nobody's taking it to heart. Nobody's like complaining like you saying this to me, but you're not like. I feel like everybody's trying to lead by example, telling people what to do, but at the same time doing it themselves. So can't look like a hypocrite.
Yeah, I got you, man. So I saw recently on Twitter, that you're going to be playing in the Loyal Sons golf outing with some other Pitt players, athletes of different sports, and some Pitt fans.
Mhm.
Describe your golf game for us, man. Are you a stud on the course as well?
I can tell you this. I played Top Golf one time, and that's when we came up here as a team. I was terrible. I was terrible. I'm planning on. I've been watching a lot of Tiger Woods highlights and just trying to lock in and tap in on with the woods, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I don't know too much, but I'm gonna try.
Who was the best on the Pitt team when you guys went to Top Golf?
It was definitely the Twins. The Twins was the best by far.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome, man. So we'll wrap up here with a few other off the court questions, just trying to get to know you, man. So, obviously growing up in North Carolina, you're now up in Pittsburgh, you've been all, around here. Who's your favorite athlete of all time, like growing up?
Oh, LeBron, easy.
Really?
LeBron.
Okay. Do you guys
Yeah.
have any MJ versus LeBron debate going on in the locker room?
I feel like there's a lot of LeBron people in our locker room, and that means we're smart. We're a smart team. We're a smart team.
Some would say. So who are
Oh,
who are
you
some
disagree?
no, I don't. I mean, I'm young too, so I've only seen LeBron. So,
Yeah.
but who were some of your favorite teams growing up?
Uh, when it comes to basketball, I was like really just following LeBron. But when it comes to football, I was actually a Steelers fan growing up.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's like a little
Awesome.
full circle moment.
So had you been to Pittsburgh before you committed here for a game or anything?
No, I never came to Pittsburgh before in my life.
Dang. Okay. So definitely a bucket list item for you coming up this fall, I'd imagine, getting
Yeah,
to a game.
I'm definitely gonna be at the game for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, Zach. And looking forward to watching you this season at Pitt. And best of luck the rest of the summer on your trip overseas.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you
All
having
right,
me.
man. Yeah, of
All
course.
right.
See you later.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.